Hey, hi everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here because I'm talking about community tomorrow to about 4,000 people, which is so amazing. And I have a lot of experience with family as a parenting consultant. And I work a lot with helping a family shift from this struggle, this sort of place of struggle and strife and conflict to really just being a smooth situation where everyone's enjoying their family unit. And it has a lot to do with, when that happens, that can help the community around them to thrive as well. And so today I really wanted to talk about, because I love communities that thrive, and I belong to a couple communities that thrive very well. And it's just been so life-giving, It's been really a way to connect to Source when the people around you are lifting you up. And that really relates to family. It starts with us, it starts with ourselves. And that also then contributes to the family as a whole. And what I really wanted to share today, I really love sharing something very specific that you can take away from this. And what I wanted to share today is how, when I look at families that are struggling, that are really not doing well, it's, there's usually little tips and tricks that I give along the way that can support people. And one of the things that we need to shift within us when our family is struggling is our belief, our view of our children. And this is really especially a challenge when our children, hi Allie, when our children become teens. When our children become teens, they are oftentimes become more, especially nowadays, they oftentimes become more verbal, they become more forceful, they become more assertive, they express their views openly, they can be very emotional, they can be turbulent, they can have, big feelings. Little kids have big feelings, but we have a lot more control over that, right? We have a lot more things that we can do around that. When children become adolescents, we can't just okay, let's go to your room and talk about this, or sitting and listening to them. Really, it's not so much crying that they might do. There's lots of heat, lots of energy, lots of passion. Teens are very passionate. And they might not even make sense when you're talking to them. There might be no reason why they're grumpy or they're cross with people. They're just in a cross mood, right? They can be really, really moody. And so what I want to share today with you is that what is helpful from us, we get to set limits. We can listen to them if that's what we choose to do. But one of the most important things that we need to do is we need to remember their goodness. We need to remember our children's goodness. That they come into this world purely and fully good people, full of goodness. And when we're in the heat of challenge with our teens, when we're in the heat of conflict, when we're in the heat of their moodiness, when we're in the heat of their emotionality, their high emotions, it can be hard for us to remember that they're good. And the key I have found that can be so helpful is that we have to remember our own goodness first. I said that this started with ourselves, and I'm talking about family, I'm talking about community, is that we need to remember our own goodness first. The clarity of mind and the clarity of heart, that we come from goodness, that we are pure goodness, that allows us to remember that even in the heat of the challenge, the heat of the conflict, that our children are also good. And again, we can set limits around the behavior, but we can look underneath the behavior and recognize the goodness of our child, and that whatever is happening in that moment is something other than their goodness. And we can set a limit on that. But we need to stay in that place of knowing that our children are good. And so, hi, Katie. And so that is really what I want to share with you today, is that when we're looking at How does our family do well? How does our family, our micro community of family, how does it thrive? And that is one of the core pieces of it, is to remember our own goodness so that we can remember our child's goodness, especially when things are hard. And really, one of the things that I say is that if we can't, and of course we're going to have momentary lapses, but if we can't stay in a place in general of knowing, of absolute knowing that our children are good, deeply good, then we need help. We absolutely need help. And that help can look in many different forms. Maybe we just have someone we can cry to. Maybe we just have someone we can share our hurt with. Maybe it's someone that we can share our pain with, or that we can't remember that our child is good. Or maybe it's therapy. I don't know. It's up to you. Or NLP, or I don't care what it is, but like for me, that's my measurement. If I can't consistently remember that my child is good, then I need support. And it's just a key indicator to me, because that is what helps me to thrive, my children to thrive, my family to thrive, and my community to thrive. That's how I contribute to the greater good, is remembering my own and my children's, and that's where it starts. So I hope that you found this helpful today. I would love your comments on, on what is your response to this, and what maybe is hard about it. How are you doing in that process of remembering that your child is good, or your children are good, and that you are good as well? So thank you. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining me. And I look forward to sharing more with you. And if you are interested in joining tomorrow with Ariana Kane, I am presenting to 4,000 people about freedom in community. How do we achieve freedom in community? And this topic has just made me think about so many things. And we only have about 20 minutes. So I'm actually sharing more on my page about it, because we're kind of talking about a core piece of it. But there's so many other things to talk about. And so I'm sharing more here. But if you want to join tomorrow about freedom in community, and what that means, and what community really means, and how we need to be lifted up, how we need to be supported, because really that's one of the keys of community, is that the people in our communities need to remember that we're good, because we can't always remember that. We fall short. We're too tired. We fall into bad habits. We might fall into old habits of negative thinking. We might need to reframe things. And when we surround ourselves with people who can remember that for us, and we can remember that for other people, that we are good, and they can help us to reframe, and they can remember that, oh no, you're not, that's not true about you. You are much better than that. That's what community is all about, and that's what we really need. So if you want to join that tomorrow, we're doing actually 5 days of Reignite Your Life, and in uncertain times, and I can tag you on old ones as well, but tomorrow is about community, and there's another one on Friday. And if you're interested, let me know, and I'll get you through I'll tag you on the whole program day by day, and I would love to share with you. So let me know if you want in, and I look forward to seeing you, and I hope this was helpful today. So thank you, and I hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. Bye.